Hey, boys.
Hello.
Do y'all know what the tallest structure ever built after the pyramids was? Timeline.
After the pyramids?
hmm What
No.
was what was the next tallest structure made in human history?
These nuts.
Tower. Yep. Got him.
Got him.
Wait, you have tall nuts?
Oh Jesus! I guess we're recording. We're going. We just
Hi.
started talking.
I'm living
Hi,
life,
everyone.
dude. Hello.
Hello.
Ben,
You are living life.
you have your life back, Ben. You have big news. I know you have big news. Why don't you share it to everyone?
I don't have a lot of big news. What do you mean?
Come on, you big news.
I'm broken out of a job. Yeah. What up, dude?
You get to sit back, breathe a little bit, and then start panicking when rents due.
And then let the
that's-
panic set
That's
in.
pretty much it, dude. It's like this whole week has been, take a break, take a breather, and then the first day, today and tomorrow, I have 2 days off, and I'm like already freaking out. So that's it. Do be what it is, but it's nice to have a little bit of a breather.
Yeah, I feel you there. When I quit mine back in October, I took too much time off. I was just then I got sick and it was too much. And I was like middle of January. I haven't worked in like 2.5 months really, and I'm like, all right, I feel pathetic. We have to do something here, but it was all good. Jay said it was cool, but you were going through a lot. I know you were. Y'all were having like freaking revolution style meetings at your house and stuff like that. How to revolt against this place.
No.
Did it go down dirty? Like
It went down real dirty.
Yeah.
I will say the term wrongful termination was floated around. There is a few things that occurred, and on my official notice was like, this doesn't add up, and it's also not true. This is interesting. Yeah, without going into too much detail, it was a lot of hoopla. Very political. Hoopla! So it was fine. It was actually one of the best days I've had because I walked in, clocked in, got fired, walked out, had a beer, took my dog for a walk, and it was like, this is a pretty good day. Picked up a shift at my other job, and it was just like, carry on with life.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, no, it was a good time. It was fun while it lasted, but, some places don't, have their priorities straight. So, we'll just leave it at that.
At least they fired you at the beginning of the shift. The ones that fired
Honestly,
at the shift.
Yeah.
That's the worst. Like, work your whole day. All right, go home. Thanks, bud.
Let's squeeze a little more juice out of this guy.
It's like dying. It's like dying on a car crash on the way home, not on the way to work. That's too.
Dude, speaking, I was so scared. I mean, that goes right into like we drove to Raleigh, which is a 4-hour drive.
I'm sorry.
And yeah, I'm not really that impressed with the town. It's fine. It's okay. It's a good time. It's cool. But we went there for a concert. Drove 4 hours. Had 2 energy drinks on the way there.
Nice.
Had about 6 hours of sleep, so I was kind of coasting. Had a beer, had some food, saw a concert, drove 4 hours back.
Nice
and let me tell you what, like 2 hours in, fully aware that this is going to be the last rodeo. Like I was just like, I don't know if we're going to make this, guys.
Oh God!
And they're like, wake me up. They're like, wake me up if you guys need anything. And I was like, yeah, you'll hear me screaming. Yeah, driving on the mountains, dude, at 2 a.m. is a scary place to be.
Oh, when you're half tired, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's scary when you're just going straight down a damn highway. I can't even imagine the mountain travel. When you said that, I thought you meant like going to shows like far away, like
yeah. So did I.
I didn't mean like, oh, we're going to end it all right here.
Oh no, not like by choice, but like you start losing focus halfway through the drive. Just like you're hoping there's another car in front of you, so you can just focus on that. Yeah. And then the speed limit to Raleigh is like 70, which I'm used to from Florida. But in the mountains, it's a whole nother, like, who knows what's going to come flying out in the middle of the road, a bear or deer or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
right over the hill.
Very nerve-wracking time.
Now, what's the energy drink of choice for your crackhead driving nights?
It bounces around. So I start off with some gamer sups, you know?
Power
Little-
Thirst.
What?
Little shaker tins. I'll start that because it keeps it going.
Mm-hmm.
But then it all goes to Power Thirst. Monster. I think I had a yerba because you can buy those in town. So I'll have a yerba, then a Monster. Then I had 3 cups of coffee at Denny's.
Oh, Jesus
And-
Christ.
And then a kickstart at the rest stop. Yeah, I was pretty much just hyped on like a constant caffeine drip, just to keep it going. So
Just getting
it's a good time.
just getting progressively more paranoid by the night as the night goes.
Yeah, the car rides are very alarming because it goes from like heavy metal, like beat down music to 90s Euro pop to 2010s, like, oh, I remember, club music in high school and, sing along songs. So it's a good weird time.
We have Jade and I made a playlist together. We call it the Banger Playlist, and it's for emergency situations where it's like, I need something to wake me up right now for this car ride. And we're like, okay,
Well,
just go put this on. We're going to sing for the next hour.
I had a playlist like that, and then I had 3 people asleep around me. So I was like, well, shit, I can't go too hard. I gotta like,
Oh, fuck. Hold on.
Screw him.
You had
Yeah.
4 of y'all in the car? 4 of y'all in the car?
4, yeah.
And all 3 were... No. Who was in the front seat? Was it Emily?
I gave him a green. No, my buddy. I gave him a green light because he had to work at like 10 in the morning, and it was going on 2 o'clock. I was like, dude, you're good to take a nap. Like, there is no need. I already saw him fading, and I was like, just relax, my guy.
Oof.
But then about an hour into that was like the start of the trip, and halfway through, Emily switched up and she stayed up for the rest of the time. But yeah, it was weird, man. A weird time.
So what show did you guys go to?
Oh, we went to go see Bad Omens for the second time. Second time.
How many little 13-year-old TikTok girls
Hell
are out
yeah,
there
brother.
dancing on video?
It wasn't a lot of... There was probably 4 that I counted. There was 80% of the crowd being middle-aged women TikTok ladies that were thirsting over this band.
Oh,
And
you
it
know
was a very horny room, and I did not like it.
The elder emo women have flocked to them, I've noticed also. So
Where they're not even... like, and that's the weird thing, being in North Carolina. Maybe it's just learning that, the country folk can be sad too, but it was just it was weird because everyone's like blue jeans or overalls, like singing their hearts out.
I think we call that Yemo.
Yeah, so it was weird. I mean, they put on a good show. I didn't go for them. I went for the openers, and I texted you guys earlier, but the state of the pit is dead. There are no more pits anymore. I think
can you judge that off that show though?
Yes.
Well, Invent
Because-
Animate for sure.
Invent Animate
Oh, okay, yeah,
had a lot of like sludgy like parts,
yeah.
and
Parts.
funnily enough, Asheville, that we've had this conversation before, but Asheville does not have that like hardcore scene, and there's a couple people that throw down, but it's never crazy.
Yeah.
Raleigh, I was thinking, a little closer to Charlotte, a bigger city, kind of dead. Everyone was like bouncing like it was like a Britney Spears concert.
Oh, God.
To the pit, and I'm like, what is happening here? And the pit was probably like 5 feet wide. It never opened up. It was a very weird time.
So what was the reaction like when you were trying to actually pit? Like, were people weirded out or?
No, this is what really made me feel like not disturbed, but just like I don't belong here. Because I was like proper throwing down if there was room. I didn't do it because there was a lot of push pits. Push pits where even in Raleigh and in Nashville, it was all push pits. And I was like, nah, this is dangerous. I don't like that. But when it would open up, I would get in and start like throwing bows and can't be doing that. So I was throwing bows, like, kicking, and in Asheville, it was weird because I had like 3 people come up to me and like, do the whole like, yeah, bro, get it. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like, am I that dad now?
You're that guy.
Because in Asheville, there was like 2 or 3 other people that were also doing it. Like, we're all like, there's 3 of us locking eyes, keeping an eye out, throwing down. It was a good time in Nashville. In Raleigh, though, I had a girl like cheering me on as I threw down, and I was like, "What? This is going on?" I kind of made the joke to Emily. I was like, "I don't know if this is like because Bad Omens blew up on TikTok, and I think that's a big TikTok crowd, which is good for the scene and good for the genre.
Yeah,
but it is terrible for like it's like the Sally's first metal show." But they're all like middle-aged. So it's like weird. Like we all did it when we were like 16, 17. And I'm seeing like grown people like that don't know how to operate in a show.
Yeah.
And I had like a brief moment of like, should I create a YouTube like 10 episode series of like how to just be in in a music hall when there's heavy metal going on. Yeah, it was a weird Raleigh. I just kind of jumped in for like 2 songs and went, I'm good. I'm gonna go sit down and be a real dad.
Funny because watch it. Which is funny because Greensboro, which is not that far away from Raleigh, just a little bit closer to us, their scene is wild.
Oh yeah, I love Greensboro.
I've been 3 shows over there now, and gosh, they're just such a great crowd. It's like scary at times, but also everybody there just like loves the hell out of each other. Yeah, it feels like the Taylor. It feels like the West Palm shows back in the day, but way bigger, like a lot more people,
a little more gangy.
And that's why I was trying to keep open mind because I feel like the scene is there, but it's a sold out show for a band that blew up on TikTok.
Yeah,
like the demographic is not going to be people throwing down. So I was trying to be like aware and cautious of that, but at the same time. You gotta let daddy move, okay? You gotta let me dance a little bit, all right? Make some space.
You got a lot of people in there that's, like you said, first time. So their images of what to do at a metal show is probably like 30 years old. They're like, I went to a Creed concert in 1998. This is what we did, and so it's like, no.
Oh, dude, there's a couple guys like that. That was the funniest. I heard one guy go to Invent Animate. They're like, I don't know what to do. They're not heavy, and I was like. Okay.
Oh, brother.
Sure. We'll this was like the second song in. We'll let it go. And then it started playing heavy stuff, and they were basically playing like the Bash Bros. Like they were just bumping into each other and like pushing everywhere around. I was like,
yeah.
Now I'm really confused because I thought y'all were gonna just start swinging. But all right, cool. So there's a lot of like old school metalheads that were just. I was like, all right, it's cool.
So what does Bad Omens sound like nowadays? Because I used to listen to them back in the day. Okay,
TikTok.
Because I used to listen to them back in the day, and I was like, oh, these guys sound like if Bring Me the Horizon wasn't just aggressively mediocre. And
that was the thought I had is when Bring Me the Horizon switched to that one album with Doom. It was like the Umbrella, the Black Umbrella, like kind of synth poppy hardcore. The
one we had you sing in the back of the car.
Yeah, the one we forced you to sing to. Yeah.
Back when we thought it was a cool direction, but they just kept taking it too far.
Yeah. That's kind of how they sound like. They still play that like really super heavy song they're known for. It sounds like it belongs in Doom. But the rest of it's like Sleep Token and Bad Omens are kind of the same genre where it's just like very horny energy coming out of them speakers. It's a good time. I mean, dude, Noah has a great voice. The show,
really?
the musicality, like they put on a great show and they have skill. I just like, for me, I'm like, I don't know what to do with my body. I'm gonna.
You just see Ben in the corner. He's trying to figure it out. Finally, he just reaches a level when he's watching Bad Omens. He just looks like Kermit dancing like that.
It's pretty much
vibing is what we're doing.
Yeah, vibing.
I was doing that in the pit for Invent Animate though for their little noodly bits. Emily could tell you all because she could see. She actually got a view of the pit in the Asheville show, and I was I was like dancing with myself, like just like all right, and then you're just like whoop-ah, and you just start yeah. Yeah.
I gotta tell Emily to start taking some damn videos.
Yeah.
We want to see that.
You know,
everyone wants to see that. We want to put it on the screen like right
We'll
now.
message her separately. We don't want Ben to know. He's not going to do anything.
If you
It's true.
Tell me there's a camera in the room, I'm going to stop.
Just let us know when your next show is.
Okay. It's going to be Fleet Foxes. I'll be crying.
That works too.
Yeah.
We'll just do a
Balled up in a corner.
montage. We'll do a whole video of just different clips. Ben at this show. Ben, this is the many phases of Ben at a show. He's crying. He's noodle dancing. He's,
What's your favorite type of show? Where it's just different phases of Ben at different.
yeah.
I don't know. It kind of reminded me. I used to work a job when you lived out here, Andrew. Remember me talking about that fucking racist, sexist, what that asshole I used to work with?
Yeah, I forgot about it, but now that you mention it, yeah, I remember.
Well, I was stuck in a truck with him, a delivery truck, for like a week, learning the route and everything, and I was the backup driver, and he knew I listened to metal and stuff, and all, I wear it and everything. So he thought that'd be the way we would bond. After him kept pointing out like, oh, look at the tits on that girl as we drive by, and I noticed I wasn't giving into that. Yikes. He stopped doing. Well, no, he didn't stop doing it, but he realized I don't care about doing that all the damn time. So he just tried to move over to the metal, and I think he made up some bullshit like 80s metal band. Like he was all about the shred and everything. He played guitar and shit. And I was telling him, I was like, yeah, we don't do none of that anymore. We don't trash hotel rooms, like music these days and everything. I kept like low key dissing him.
We're not assholes.
Funny part. Yeah, I kept saying, I was like, yeah, we're not douchebags anymore. We don't make enough money. Also, this generation and bands and stuff. It's just the different years of different ages of different metal shows. It's just insane, and we're into a new one, I guess, now that you're seeing, Ben.
It's funny because the music gets heavier, but the people get better. Like
say that again.
the music gets heavier, and I feel like the lyrical content also gets more heavy. Like
you're talking about in general, not through time.
No, not. I'm talking about in metal music. If you go back to like that guy's era to our era, like his era, they weren't talking about dismembering people and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But the people were assholes, especially the band members. Because, like you said, they'd be just trashing, leaving a trail of carnage through every city that they went through. Nowadays, it's the opposite. The music is just like, if your moms are praying day and night if you're listening to that kind of stuff as a kid. But then the guys are just like, hey, what's up? How are you? And like salt of the earth people. It's weird.
It's weird how that works out. Have you ever seen videos of the lead singer Cannibal Corpse just like in the grocery store?
Yeah.
Just buying food. And people keep coming up there like, wow, you're so normal. He's like, I'm just in a band. I don't know.
And he does like crazy amounts of like charity stuff, and like I forget what exactly it was, but he was doing a thing where a bunch of like kids get like stuffed animals and like all kinds of stuff, like toy drives and stuff like that. He's a really solid dude. And then you listen to his lyrics, and it's like, what
what the hell did you just say? Oh man, I haven't been listening to much metal recently. I'm kind of out of tune of what's new right now, so y'all got to throw some stuff at me.
I don't listen to new stuff anymore. Well, that's not true. I listen to like 3 bands, and they put out new stuff, and that's about it.
Yeah, I feel you.
I'm not into the new wave of metal where it's very 50% like synth and then 50% new metal. Like it's kind of reverting back to Deftones era right now. Which I like Deftones,
but in a poppy way.
But in a like a weird like let's input some EDM instead. And I was like, okay.
Now, if that's what shifts society back to the metal quote unquote world, I think I'm okay with it. I don't know. I feel like Bad Omens is going to become the norm going forward.
I mean, Bad Omens and not Breaking Benjamin. Dear God, Bring the Horizon.
Yeah,
Bad Omens has like the #1 radio song I think right now.
Oh, really?
Or I don't know, something like
That's crazy.
The one that like took off on TikTok is a huge song. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely influenced and stuff, but well, good for them. I'm proud of them.
We shall see
cool.
how it goes.
Yeah,
Cool.
chill, man.
Back to your just one quick question about your job situation. We kind of got off of it pretty quickly. No. I was wondering, do y'all
back to your unemployment?
Yeah, you kept saying wrongful firing, stuff like that. Are y'all going to be doing anything for that, or no?
No, it's kind of it's a tricky thing because one, that's a whole lot of wasting of my time. It's
a lot of money too.
Yeah, you gotta. It's just not worth it. But yeah, basically so like when I got fired, I was given like a list of like, you didn't do, or you did this on this day, this on this day, and this on this day. And like just looking at it, I was like, oh, cool. Yeah, that wasn't me. That was not actually what was said. That was from a perspective of somebody else who was literally out to get me and get me fired. They put his words on the the writing, and I was like, okay. And then the third one was a contextual debriefing. Like, so I had somebody forgot to do something. I went, hey, let's do it again. And the next day I expressed concerns. I was like, hey, like I'm having some worries. They're kind of lying to me about doing things because this is like further along. It's like, this is something I'm noticing. Let's keep an eye out for it. I don't know if this is, true. Just if you're forgetting, we can work from that. But if you're lying, I don't know how to treat this. And the write-up was like, you told the person that you don't believe them. And I was like, no, I told the freaking manager. What? So yeah, so there was a lot of things that were said in whatever trust that, it was just more of like manager style conversations that we're having that were kind of skewed. Basically, long end of it was that they didn't want me there and they're looking for any reason to get me out. So squeaky wheel gets taken off, So
that 100% what's happened to me when I worked at the plant in Stewart before I moved to Oregon. I got fired. I honestly deserve to be fired because I stopped caring at that job.
Well, that's what comes, If when that happens for so long and you don't feel valued, you just like, well, all right.
Yeah.
I'm not going to quit, but you could fire me.
Yeah.
But well, you sound like you're all right. The panic will set in soon, though. It's all good. You'll get over it.
Joke's on you. I've been panicking since the day I was born.
Since 1992, baby.
1992, baby.
That's my secret, Cap.
I'm always panicking.
I stay panicking.
Well, we change directions here and play a little game this week. Y'all ready? We are playing Fact or Fiction History Edition.
False.
That is 1,000% not an option I gave you. All right, I'm good. Y'all know what's up. I read a statement. Y'all going to guess if it's fact or fiction. If it's fact, I will let you know. And maybe give you a little summary on.
And if it's fiction, you won't. You'll just let us guess.
I won't let you know.
You'll just stare at us like.
We're gonna start with one. Andrew, I'm actually gonna read the one I read to Andrew beforehand, just so he wanted to know the answer to it. I lost it. All right, here we go. During the 17th century, tulip mania swept the Netherlands, causing the price. Why are our hands up?
He's not cheating.
Because you always
thought you were making fun of me because I kept going like this. During the 17th century, tulip mania swept the Netherlands, causing the price of tulip bulbs to skyrocket. At the height of the craze, some tulip bulbs were worth more than houses, and people went bankrupt buying them. Fact or fiction?
I'm going to say it's fact because that's a lot of detail.
I'm going to say fact because it's just crazy enough. Like
sorry.
What?
Go ahead.
What?
I was going to say, Ben, don't let that deter you. Don't let that
the first half of that.
What year was this?
Because I know they're known for their tulips. So
1600s.
Oh,
17th century.
Was commerce
I'm
even
gonna
a
say
thing?
yeah, true.
Yes.
Yes.
The spice trade,
Everybody
no?
was still saying ooga booga.
I saw a meme the other day real quick that said something along the lines of Britain was so impactful for the spice trade that they forgot to use it in all their food and stuff.
Yes.
Sorry.
So if this is the
What
1600s,
we going with?
I'm going with fact because I could see some dumb peasant trading a tulip bowl for a house.
Andrew, you sticking with fact too?
Yeah, I'm gonna say fact. Why not?
All right. Good job. 1 point each over there.
Yay! And also,
Yay.
what are you thinking?
All right, here we go. In ancient Rome, when a Roman general triumphantly returned from a successful campaign, a slave would stand behind him and whisper, "Remember, you are mortal," to remind him of his humanity.
Fact.
That sounds like such a Roman thing. That sounds so Roman, and I can't even explain why.
So, did you say fact too, Ben?
Yeah,
I'm gonna say
it's
fact.
Memento Mori.
I think-
It's
I think Ben
literally
said
like
fact.
a whole yeah.
Yeah.
That is fact. Good job, y'all.
The only reason
Here,
I know that is
next
because
question.
that last Architects album that I loved was all
I thought you were
around
going to
that.
say Assassin's Creed.
No.
Excuse me, I have to.
What
Old
are
man
you
has to
eating?
take his medicine.
What are you eating right now?
I'm popping jelly
That
beans.
is so.
Why would you
oh
just
my-
now just do a quick pop mute? What I heard him rattling in your teeth.
doing
What?
the-
No, that was this.
You should put them in your hand.
No?
Give them the old shake while you at it.
All right, listeners. We'll see what you hear.
Now I'm going to mute it.
Next historical fact or fiction. President Andrew Jackson's pet parrot had to be removed from his funeral because it kept swearing.
Nixon?
Andrew.
Andrew Jackson.
Andrew. Oh, I don't know.
Andrew Jackson.
All I heard was president, and for some reason I went straight to Nixon. I can't
Next.
explain it.
do it.
I'm going to switch it up here. I have no reason to say this other than just switch it up. I'm going to say false. Funny idea,
false. What is false?
though. Or sorry, fiction.
I
Fiction.
mean, fiction.
Thank
is
you.
technically
Thank you.
false.
It's technically false.
You
Quack.
can say a false.
Whatever.
Fact.
Doesn't really match though with like fact or false. Like
Fact or false,
doesn't
yeah, exactly.
doesn't flow as well.
No.
I too am gonna go fiction.
Interesting. I love how y'all say the same.
Yeah.
So no one can get points and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
I'm not gonna commit until I know I have an edge over Andrew.
Interesting.
Now Ben's going to have to go first next.
Well, in the spirit of that, and I can't find my correct button. Y'all are
Wow.
both wrong, actually. It's fact.
Fine.
He really did have a parrot. All right, here we go.
He really did
19
have a parrot.
In 1973, diplomatic negotiations between rival nations were resolved in a unique agreement. Each country sent their finest coffee beans as a gesture of goodwill, leading to the establishment of international coffee trade and cultural exchange.
What year was this?
What year?
1763.
What countries?
It didn't say the countries.
I'm going to say false.
Yeah, I'm gonna say false because it just says countries did this. I'm like, okay, well,
Yeah.
which ones? Because that would be a big historical thing. If like,
Coffee was being
Brazil
traded
and China.
way before that.
yeah,
Interesting. Well, you're both correct. Good job. You got
Yay!
me. You got me there. Good job. Good
Damn
job.
it. Nobody's going to get a leg up. Nobody's.
Maybe we'll go to the lightning round. The solar eclipse celebration of 1912. People around the world gathered to witness a rare total solar eclipse. Inspired by the celestial event, communities organized festive gatherings resulting in a global day of unity.
Global.
what year was this? 1912.
1912.
1912. When was the Great Depression? They didn't have much to do with
That
it.
was the 20s and 30s.
20s and 30s. Okay. What are you going to say, Ben?
Was it? When did World War I start?
1916, I believe. 1914? One of those.
I mean, honestly, I'm just gonna go true, just for the fact that this is like, or fact. Well, sorry, I keep going true or false. I'm gonna go with fact, just because I like the idea of the world coming together for like a and then like France Ferdinand getting
fuck it up.
World War
And
I.
everybody immediately just turning on each other.
Y'all remember that day we had when we all, shook hands? Well, fuck you. So you're going? What'd you say?
I'm going fact, just for that.
By the way, World War I started in 1914.
Even better. I
I'm
love
gonna go
that.
false. Or God, fiction.
Andrew, you say false one more time, you're eliminated automatically. The answer is, just because Andrew always forgets to put the sound effects in. It is fiction. Sorry, Ben.
Oh, I knew it.
Yay.
Don't apologize. It didn't sound true, but I just like that idea.
He was
Whatever.
being hopeful.
Yeah. I was just like, this would be really funny.
All right, here we go. In the 18th century, the King of France had a special court position called the Royal Armpit Sniffer. This person's job was to sniff the king's armpits daily to ensure personal hygiene.
Fact.
Again, I can't explain this, but it sounds like a very French thing. So
Yeah, I was about to say, this is French we're talking about here.
Andrew.
I
Please
can't.
explain.
I literally, I don't know. I can't. It just either know or you don't. I guess I don't know.
You either know or you don't.
I'm gonna say true. God, fact.
Get the fuck out of
Fact.
here. You're done. You're done.
Fact.
Ben, you said fact also?
Uh-huh.
All right. Yes. Good job. Ding ding.
Yay.
Fact it is.
See, my gut. It's
It sounds like you hate the French. That's what it sounds like.
don't.
What are you saying? The French smell?
No, but it sounds like the kind
Jesus
of thing
Christ,
a French
Andrew.
king would have someone do. I don't know why.
Mm.
I don't know. I can't explain it.
The ancient Greeks had a philosopher named Diogenes. I think I read that right. Who famously lived in a large ceramic jar in Athens. He would engage in witty and humorous conversations with passerby. Diogenes. Diogenes?
Diogenes. What do you think, Ben? Because I honestly have
You
no
can't
idea.
pass the buck on
Yeah.
me 3
I'm
turns
passing
already.
it.
Competing.
Two turns. Calm it down.
This is the third.
Why would he
No,
help
this is
you?
my second.
He's not
you're
helping
one
me.
in the lead.
I'm not helping.
Oh,
him.
you were asking him to go for
He
it.
was
You were
asking
like,
what
do
I
you
think.
Ed?
He's baiting me out to lead in with an answer.
No, I just legitimately have no idea which way to go. Oh my god, fine.
I say fact. I like the thought of a man living in a jar talking to people. I live in my own truth.
Okay. Okay. I don't even know it. My whole train of thought is just gone now. I'm gonna say fiction.
Thank you for saying the correct word, Andrew.
You're
But
welcome.
wrong.
I'm trying.
It's fact. It is fact. I don't know the story behind that, but there was a man that lived in a jar, apparently. A large ceramic jar.
You know,
in
it sounds like a
Athens.
very Greek thing to do.
It does.
I'm just gonna say that with everything.
Just insulting the Greeks. I mean, your villain role from 2 weeks ago sounds like it's coming back
dude.
again.
There's some residual-
Stereotyping.
There's some residual stuff coming in from that episode.
I'm surprised we didn't hear anything negative about that, but in 1957, Cold War tension eased temporarily as the United States and the Soviet Union engaged in a series of high-stake chess matches. The game served as a peaceful outlet for competition and fostered a sense of mutual respect.
I'd like to say it's true.
Fact?
It's fact.
Or fact,
Fact.
or fiction?
Yeah,
Going fact?
I'm going fact.
Ooh, I got y'all with one. Finally! That's fiction, baby.
It just
Giving
sounded
it
so
the
nice.
50s
Yeah, I was
and
about
the
to say,
Russians.
you worked
I
on your
know.
delivery, and you're like,
Yeah,
I was like, yeah,
yeah.
sounds
it just
thought out.
it just sounded
got
so
y'all.
nice. I was like,
I
I
got
was a little
y'all.
suspicious because I'm like, I've never heard this. And I feel like I don't know. Again, now I'm the one being hopeful.
1594. A nobleman financed an expedition to find the fabled unicorn, leading explorers deep into uncharted territories and fueling legends of the majestic creature. Though the expedition failed, it captured the public's imagination. Hence how we have unicorn.
What country was this?
No country given.
So you're just telling me a man decided to go, I want to find a unicorn.
A nobleman. He financed an expedition, so there was multiple people. They were doing that back then.
And you're saying that this is the reason that unicorns exist in the minds of, like, the imaginations of people today?
Modern day people, yes.
I'm going fiction because I'm pretty sure that's like I don't know, it sounds more like a Celtic thing to me.
I'm going to say this is going to be a very rare moment for me where Andrew pulls on his background knowledge of growing up in the church. And I'm going to say fiction because I have always been told that as part of the Noah's Ark story, unicorns were a part of that, and they were too busy playing and gallivanting around with each other and ignoring God's word to get on the ark.
Jesus Christ.
No. The only reason I'm saying that now, the only reason I'm saying that now is because it points to the fact that the idea of unicorns has existed a lot longer than whenever this expedition.
No, that's your grandma Sally telling you that's the devil's work. Hey,
no.
Unicorn don't exist because they
don't watch no Harry Potter.
This is a widely believed thing. I'm not saying I believe it. I'm just saying that's something that's been passed around.
Hoopla church.
This is why we left the cult, Andrew.
Hoopla church. That sounds like a great time.
The Church of Hoopla. Dude, sign me up.
So what is the answers?
I'm gonna say fiction.
Ben?
Fiction.
Good.
Damn it.
I'm glad y'all went there. I messed up the reading of it, so there you go.
So are we right?
Yes, it's fiction.
Okay, cool. See?
Good job.
See?
Don't use your biblical bullshit theory that you just said.
It's not a freaking theory of mine. It's just something I've always heard. So I'm not saying it's true. I'm saying the idea of unicorns as an imaginary creature has been around longer than this expedition.
But what you're implying is that like generations upon generations of families have gone out of their way to be like, nah, those damn unicorns. They were out there tussling in the fields, and for
you know what it is.
Years.
You know what it is. It's not they're going out of the way teaching like this specific thing about Noah's Ark. It's always that unicorns and some of those mythological creatures like that have been viewed as almost anti-religious because of these old stories that aren't necessarily biblical but tie into it of them refusing to get with the program and get on the ark. And that's why they're gone now. That's why they don't exist. It's because they were too prideful. They were too proud to listen. Basically.
I feel like there's some symbolism with nowadays in there, but we'll move on from there.
Yeah.
All right. We'll move on. Next statement. We got a few more.
That took a weird turn.
It really did. Welcome back. Another hour of church talk. Click off. The mystery of the vanishing ship in 1887. A ship known for its advanced navigation technology mysteriously disappeared during a routine voyage, leaving behind unanswered questions and inspiring maritime legends.
Fact.
Sounds fun. I'm saying fact. We're never going to answer different.
You're both wrong. That was made up.
It sounds fun. So
I made it up.
Fine.
We're really just playing fun or fiction.
Fun or fiction. Pretty much. We're just following our heart here.
Next one. In the late 19th century, a feud known as Pig War occurred during the United States and the United Kingdom over the shooting of a pig that belonged to an American farmer on the border of the two countries.
Border of the two countries?
Border of the two countries. America and UK?
Yes. I don't know if you know this, but they owned part of Canada for a minute.
Yeah, but that wasn't the UK.
Oh,
It's part of the
okay.
United
I see.
Kingdom.
Okay.
The United Kingdom is everything under the kingdom's rule.
Okay.
I mean, I'm still going with fact, but
It sounds fun, so I want to say fact, but I cannot keep answering the same as Ben, so I'm going to say fiction.
You know, we should start taking y'all's headphones off and y'all give an answer.
Yeah.
So we're fiction for you, Andrew. Fact for Ben.
Yeah.
yep.
Well, we just tied the game up. Point for Ben. That was real.
Oh my god, no one's going to freaking win this.
The next 3 questions, I take the answer from the first person. Okay? The other
Wait,
person
what?
does. The first person to answer, that's the answer that's getting locked in.
Oh, okay.
But if you're wrong, point goes to the other person.
Interesting. Okay.
You ready?
Okay.
Next 3. During the early 1900s, there was a fashion trend of wearing hats adorned with taxidermied birds. Women would walk around with
Fact.
entire stuffed
Fact.
birds on their heads as a fashionable accessory.
Fact.
Fact.
Ben said it
is.
first.
Good job, Ben. Here we go. In 1986, not 1886, a town in Iceland accidentally painted all the traffic circles in their city with a mural of a giant hand giving the middle finger.
Fiction.
It was meant to be part of a protest art project, but became a hilarious mishap.
How do you accidentally do that?
It's Iceland, man. So Ben answered fiction.
I did.
That was fact. Point Andrew.
Oh.
All right, we're
Accidentally.
So we're tied again?
Sounds
Iceland. It's Iceland. We're tied, and this one's for all the marbles. Let me find a good one. I have a few. Hold up. Hold up.
some bullshit.
Okay. In 1779, European explorers returned from their voyages with exotic plant specimens, leading to a frenzy of botanical trading and the establishment of
Fiction.
renowned botanical gardens across the continent.
Damn,
I
that was
think I
really
heard
close.
Ben. Did I hear Ben with fiction first?
I said fiction. I mean, it doesn't matter. He went fact. I went
it's true.
fiction.
It's
Yeah.
true. Ben's our winner today. Good job. That was
Aw.
indeed fiction. Andrew,
You want to know? You want to know how I knew that?
how's
How?
that?
Because he pulled up his phone on a notepad of things that he wrote down as little things. Oh yeah.
no, I got-
I saw you
I
looking
got-
at that phone.
Look,
Look
I got these are all the facts, and then I got those are the fictions, and then I got a divider, that line right there, and these are all
you
the
got
facts.
me. You tricked me. Every time I thought
write
you looked at
everything
your
down.
phone, I was like, it sounds like a fiction thing he wrote
Nah,
down.
bro. You think I remembered all those fucking words in every
I don't
know.
Big brain energy.
Y'all heard me
Big
talking
brain
on
energy.
here. I can't get shit right unless I'm reading it. Oh, Jesus. That was game time, everyone. Thank you for participating.
Thanks for
this
playing
week.
fun or fiction.
Congrats,
That's
Ben.
Wrong again, and even though you're the winner, I'm
Yeah.
upset.
Eat dirt.
Thank you.
Go touch some grass, nerd.
Well, I'm done. We're ending the show early this week. Oh, God. Did y'all hear the fucking Star Wars Disney park already shut down? This is the hotel?
Yeah.
For the love of God, never start a sentence with "y'all hear the fucking," like it just
Y'all hear the fucking...
doesn't,
Sorry.
especially with
that's,
that little gap.
that's the redneck side of me.
Oh yeah, Star Tours or the Star
Something like
War
that.
Hotel.
Battle Cruiser or something like that.
The hotel that opened like 5 years ago in LA and shit. It's like,
The hotel that opened as a joke to the Arrested Development gag. Go see yourself a Star War. Ah!
bro, Disney was trying to cash into that shit as much as they could right off the bat. I couldn't believe the prices on that place.
Oh yeah, it's stupid.
Multiple thousands of dollars. I think I saw
They
5,000
invented
one night.
a retractable lightsaber that worked specifically for that hotel experience.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Have you ever seen it? You never saw that? They
No,
handle-
I've seen it. I didn't know it was
It was
specifically for that.
The actors that were, because when you were supposed to go there, you were part of the crew. You were completely immersed in Star Wars, but it was like the sequel stuff. So,
Oh, that was another reason people were upset. It was a lot of sequel stuff going on there, not the original.
you'd have a Daisy Ridley lookalike run in while stuff's happening, and she has a handle and then she like puts it down and picks up a different one, and you can't see that she's picking up the real one, and she hits the button and the blade actually comes out, shoots out, like looks like a real lightsaber. They spent a ton of money inventing this thing specifically for the hotel.
Oh shit.
And having all these, they have an entire cast, a bunch of cast members, because you can't do it with the same people all the time.
Yeah.
So there's all these cast members and everything now that are like, oh, okay, never mind.
I mean, it's essentially an on-land cruise.
Yeah, pretty much.
I thought it was just a hotel. I didn't realize you were like, I mean, not locked into it, but like, it was.
No.
Oh, it's a full thing. Like
property.
you go in and you clock in, or you whatever, and the whole thing is like you're on a space voyage for a set amount of days.
Oh,
and
there's no windows.
It's full immersion.
So that's
no
why
windows.
It was so fucking expensive.
Yeah, where all the windows would be in a hotel room, there were screens. You're in space.
Yeah, I knew that.
And like you can go and train with lightsabers and all this stuff. And a lot of people, you could even choose to go on and you have like a character. You dress up and everything. You are fully in the world.
Well, that sounds kind of cool. I honestly didn't know all that. I thought it was just a hotel.
Oh, it sounds great. I mean, the cost of admission though is ungodly.
So, yeah. Okay. I was always wondering why the hell they were. It's like it felt like a front there for a minute on Disney's end. Just like, oh yes, 5,000. We're sold out for the night. Sure you are, but Jesus, that's pretty cool though. I wonder if they're going to just straight up turn it into a hotel after this, because it's like,
they got to do something because they cleared out stuff to even build it and all that. So
I mean, what are they doing? Shutting it down or?
It's closing down. It's already closed, I think. I don't know.
It's either already closed, or it's going to close like in June or something like that. I don't know. It's soon though.
I wonder if they got some discount rates right now. Between that and the Marvel theme park they got out there, the Spider-Man. You ever see him like miss his jump? The fake Spider-Man. They got some ghetto ass shit. Yeah. Have I ever told you I worked for Disney? Ben, did you ever when you lived in Orlando?
I knew you.
No, I had tattoos. I could not.
Oh, is that a rule?
I know you have to hide them, but just was like, I'm not going to be walking around in the Florida heat with long sleeves and a full ass costume. No, thank you.
Oh my god,
fair,
dude.
Fair.
When I first moved to Orlando to go to culinary school, I was looking for a job, and obviously I saw it was around the time the Food and Wine Festival at Epcot was starting. So like culinary school, Food and Wine Festival, why not? And so I applied. I got the job making. I remember this was my second job working out of a movie theater in the Rave in St. Lucie West, and it was like $9 an hour. I was like, oh my god, I'm making so much money. But dude, they fucking I was working like 60 hours a week on top of going to school for full time. And I don't know if y'all have ever been to the Food and Wine Festival or Epcot.
Oh yeah,
I never have.
Have you been to Epcot, Andrew?
Yeah, I have. It's been a long time though.
Well, just if people out there don't know, Epcot has this big lake. Half the park is a big lake. We just walk around, going to different countries and stuff. And they set it up to where there's booths, kiosks all around. You just walk around and get full and fucking drunk off all these different countries and stuff. I was working like the England side. It was like Canada. It was about 9 different kiosks. And they had my ass no food related job whatsoever except pushing a cart around, like delivering food to all the different stations. And I was the best one at it because my work ethic was top notch when I was 18 years old. It's gone to shit now, but it is what it is. Dude, I quit after like 2 weeks. Like you said, Ben, walking around in that heat. I was in chef clothes, like a jacket.
Oh yeah.
I was in the worst chef shoes you can think of. They were heavy, clunky boot type things. I about died one day on a Saturday and stuff. And but yeah, I refused. I would never work for Disney again unless it was some kick-ass part and stuff. It felt like slave work no matter what. Like I asked for can I have this day off so I could study for my course? Like, nope, need you. We need you. That's it.
Yeesh.
Yeah, they knew I was in culinary school. Like I thought the chef would have been cool and shit, but no, I didn't give a fuck about me. Don't ever work for Disney, people. Don't ever do it. Don't ever do it. That's all I have.
Speaking of Florida, have you heard this story of the guy that stole a fire truck in Miami?
Which time? I'm sure that happens a bunch of times.
It was recently. Someone stole in Apalaka, I think.
Apala- oh Jesus, yeah, close enough.
That place, yeah.
Apopka, yeah.
in Miami, stole a fire truck and led police on a police chase through 3 counties,
No fuck.
all the way up to the Boynton Beach exit.
I was
50
about to say,
miles.
Stewart? No shit. Well, I mean,
He made it 50 miles on the Florida Turnpike in a stolen fire truck.
You could get in that bitch and turn the lights on, and people were moving for you.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you could just go until that thing runs out of gas.
It's funny because the footage is just line after line of cop car chasing it. It's just a freaking light show. It's like Pink Floyd driving down the Florida Turnpike.
What's hilarious is like people seeing that happen. There's like, oh man, there must be a big emergency going on with you got all these cop cars and the fire truck. Damn, that sounds like Florida to me. I remember, you ever watch Cops back in the day? Like back when Cops was cool on a Saturday night to watch and shit.
Yeah,
and I would always see Stewart, Martin County on that shit. Yep. And I remember getting scared when I would see those episodes. I was like 6 or 7 at the time. I'm like, I was thinking it was live and it was all happening out there right now. And I recognized they were at the flea market, and I was at my dad's house, who lived like half a block away from the flea market at the time and shit. So I used to get scared all the goddamn time because they were always in Martin County for some damn reason.
Yeah.
I mean, not for some damn reason.
Weird. Well, a lot of shady things happening in Martin County. They've come to light in the last few years.
It's actually prosperous. It's prospering right now. That from the last I saw, it's doing good.
Really?
Yeah,
good.
It's doing great. Stewart, Florida.
Huh.
Yeah, cool. Is that all you had with your fire truck story?
Yeah, no, I just saw that and I thought it was funny.
Hey guys, I saw a fire truck.
I don't know. That threw me off. Yes, it sounds like a very Florida thing to happen. But it's funny because when I saw it and I wanted to learn more about what was going on, and apparently it happens a lot for some reason. Because I googled man steals fire truck, and it was like Greensboro, North Carolina, Charlotte, North Carolina, whatever, Tennessee. It was just a long list of cities where people have done that. I'm like, is this a weird underground pastime that I don't know about?
I mean, if you think about it, like either at the station or at the scene, it's just unattended.
Yeah.
And like if it's at the scene, the engine's on. Like they have the engine on doing shit. You could just hop in that bitch and go if you wanted to.
Yeah. I'm curious as to what like the sentencing would be for that, though.
Oh, yeah, I wonder what that is. Asking
for a friend.
Stealing.
Asking for a friend.
Was it your friend?
No, like it sounded like I wanted to go do that.
Well, oh, gotcha. Sorry.
Yeah. Welcome to the conversation, Taylor.
Sorry, I'm overthinking.
Nothing has really been charged yet for that guy. It says that he's still in Palm Beach County jail, and his bail is set at $25,000.
That's it.
Wow. That's not the worst.
No,
that's not the worst.
I'd say my family. I come from a family of bail bonds people, and I'm like, oh, 25, all right.
Oh, did you? Do you?
My aunt was one of the biggest bail bonds people in like the country, like in the Southeast.
Wow.
Was it the
at least that was the information I was told. Yes, there was a photo of her and Dog the Bounty Hunter on her office wall, and I was like, cool.
That's every bail bondsman's idol. I feel like there's gotta be some fucking stories there. If you ever get any, let me know, please.
Well, no, because in Florida, manhunting is like illegal. Like you can't do what Dog does in Florida.
You think it'd be the opposite? You think it'd be all Wild West out there in that bitch? Yeah,
to my knowledge, and then granted, last time I really was interested in this was 12 years ago, so I don't know. Who knows what changed, but. Yeah, like out in California, you can just be like, boop, I'm going to grab you and take you to jail because you got a bailout on you.
It's always hilarious seeing them like running around with paintball guns trying to stop these guys and stuff like that. It's like what are we doing?
Who's the guy on YouTube? I've seen his videos a few times, but he's like this one-man army who goes to people's homes and acts like he's judge, jury, and executioner. He tackles people arrests them and like either reposts their stuff or takes them to jail. And I'm like, is this like a real thing that people can do? And
he's that citizen arrest guy.
yeah,
I'm placing you under citizen's arrest.
You're coming with me.
You want an interesting side of YouTube? Look up auditing the auditors. It's nothing but guys just like out there like antagonizing the cops to do something so they can record them doing something bad. They'll like be standing outside a cop station on the sidewalk holding flags saying shit about the cops that are just like will piss them off and everything until they come out and stuff. And it's like they're in their they're in their rights to doing what they're doing, but it's like you're a fucking dick, my guy. What are you doing?
What you just said, Ben, kind of reminded me of the back to the guy stealing the fire truck. The article I was looking at when I was reading about this, you had emojis on there where when you were reading it, you could react. And it kind of like, it was pretty much all the same emojis that you can use when liking something on Facebook. And 60% of the reactions were all the angry face. And I just saw that and I was like, I just know those are the bootlickers. I just know.
Oh,
Not even because of like, I don't even, I don't condone stealing a fire truck or whatever, but the type of people it takes to actually angry react to an article on their website, I just like, these are the guys that are just like
60 plus.
Yeah. Oh, these are people that are retired at home and that is their life.
Yeah.
Is stories.
There's crimes out there, and then there's crimes like that. And it's just
like
one I want to laugh at. Now, it could have gone bad. It definitely could have gone
for
bad.
Sure.
But it did.
Police chase on a highway through 3 counties.
That laugh emoji can quickly turn to a sad emoji. Like,
100%. 100%.
Click of a button.
100%. One red light ran. I remember coming out of high school. I mentioned to my grandpa, I was like, I want to be a firefighter after high school. I was in the best shape of my life playing football. I was like, I could do this and everything. And he went out there and he bought me like some gear. He bought me like a gym membership to keep working out and everything. And like 2 weeks, it was like right at my birthday graduation time. And 2 weeks after that, I was like, all right, I'm going to culinary school in Orlando. And he's like,
what the hell, man?
I bought you your course. He bought like $1,000 worth of shit for me and everything.
That sounds like your grandpa too.
Oh my God.
That's totally a move that he would make.
This is the same guy that we would go and like you and I and us as the band subtract 2 guys who never showed up.
Yeah,
mulch his whole yard. He has a big ass yard. We mulch it, and he gave us like $500 to do it for like an hour and a half worth of work and shit. And that's what we used.
He funded a lot of the band stuff.
He funded the damn EP.
The EP, yeah,
that's half of it. We got that money, and we were like, "Oh, we're going to Iceman now," because we were gonna do some cheap ass recording at someone else's place.
Yeah,
but love my grandpa. That's all good. Did y'all have anything right out of high school that y'all were gonna like think about doing? And it's like, nah.
Yeah, stay single and progress my life as a young adventuring man.
2 marriages later.
Really see what's out there, explore the world. Nah.
Live in other countries, learn a language.
I mean, I can't really top what just happened. So,
Andrew, I feel like you've been a graphic designer since you were like 2 years old, so I don't know what's different for you.
The thing is, I never really wanted to be a graphic designer. I always wanted to be like some kind of an artist. I'm like, oh, they don't get paid really. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, I want to be an architect because you can still, all the hand drawing and stuff, which now it's all on computers.
Yeah.
And then I realized, there's a lot of math and architecture, and that's not my favorite subject by a long shot. So I was like, well, what can I do that's art-ish? I'm like, oh, graphic design. Okay, yeah, sure. But I went to school at kind of a weird time where graphic design, I learned mostly print design. And I went like a year maybe before everything was going away from print. And all of a sudden now, if I were to go and take the same classes, you're using, you're also learning UI and UX design, like user experience for apps and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You can't be a graphic designer now without knowing how to code. You just can't.
I can see that.
So
it's not just making album covers anymore.
Yeah, it's not just print work. It's everything is digital, so
digital,
you got to have a knowledge of that. And so that kind of sucked because I didn't learn any of that. And a few years ago, I tried to go backwards and learn some of that because I was like, you know what, I'm going to give this freelance thing another shot. I'm going to just whatever. Yeah, no.
Damn.
No.
So you're that classic millennial who it's too late to do this thing and too early for the other stage.
For other things.
You're stuck right in that middle.
we really are a weird ass generation because
I'm sure every generation says that, but
we really do sit at the crux of such a huge boom and a shift in technology and the way direction went. Like we're like the last generation that truly, I mean, we didn't have internet as young kids, and then all of a sudden, as somewhat older kids, all of a sudden, bam, internet out of nowhere.
I remember getting on the internet in like 1999. I was AOL heavily, like get off the phone type shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were 3-year-olds with a laptop in front of our tablet and shit.
Yeah, we didn't grow up with it, really.
So that sucks. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Ben, you didn't give me a real answer. Come on. What were you wanting to be right out of high school?
That sounded pretty real to me, man.
That's what I'm saying. I don't remember. Like that was.
Is there something like? Did you want to go in any other direction with your life as far as what you did for a living?
I mean, I wanted to do like classical and jazz music and like further study that, but the college ruined that for me, and just kind of. After that, I had really very little aspirations.
Yeah, honestly, after I did my year culinary school, I came back to PSL and I just fell into the let's work, pay the bills and stuff.
At this point, like I'm like a career,
worker,
not worker, but service industry. True. Restaurants are always going to be around, and they're always going to need to be staffs, and that's when I worked at Starbucks out of high school, and I was like, well, screw this. I'm going to go be a bartender or like work with where the actual money is. And it only took me 10 years to get there, but it's chilling.
I always wanted to dip my toes in the bartender route, but I always just wanted to be that chill guy at a rinky-dink Irish bar with the drunk guys sleeping at the end and stuff. I didn't want to be in a high-end environment and stuff, but that just doesn't pay the bills.
It does. That guy who's passed out on the bar is going to tip you really well.
Oh, yeah, that's true. All right. Y'all got any final words this week before we get on out of here?
I'm almost out of jelly beans, so I don't know.
You've been very quiet with them. I'll give you that.
I've been trying.
That tambourine session you gave us earlier. Ben, anything?
Always make sure you have enough jelly beans.
Always. All right, everyone. Y'all hear the
Good
theme
advice.
this week. Go out there, get some jelly beans. Don't get the vomit ones, because don't do that to yourself.
That's my favorite flavor.
Y'all hear the music. We're going to get on out of here.
I don't know what that voice was.
Say bye.
Bye.
Oh, God, Andrew.
Well, as we discuss,
Yeah.
this is stuff that gets out of the podcast. We don't hear this stuff, right? Yeah.
We don't unless Andrew goofs.
Unless Andrew decides to go, whoopsies, everyone hears this.
Sorry. Fucking 2 episodes ago, Andrew left 10 minutes of dead air at the end of the
I did.
podcast. Like, the episode ended, I was like, why is there still 10 minutes left?
Yeah, and I didn't notice until after it went up. I'm like, I don't remember the episode actually being this long. That's why.
Yeah, I was like, that's like an hour 5 episode before editing. What is happening here?
Sometimes I'll put stuff like this after the very end, like the end credit, like just like bonus stuff.
Yeah. Is that cool? Is that a cool thing to do?
It's what
Why not?
real cinema does. So
That's cinema. That's cinema.